This is where he grew up. This is where he dreamed of being. A 9-mile journey that can be light years away when you're one of 13 children just trying to survive the drug-infested section of Brownsville, Brooklyn.
I knew that through hard work and perseverance and determination, I would escape the ghetto.
There was a day when they all came to the greatest boxing arena in the world to see the likes of Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano, and Muhammad Ali. And there was a day when he won 4 Golden Gloves in that very same ring and dreamed of when they would come to see him.
It has always been a childhood dream of mine to return to the garden, just to fight.
Bowe stuns him with an uppercut, and just like that, the champion struggles to stay on his feet.
And then one night, he achieved greatness. The young boy from Brownsville had become the heavyweight champion of the world, and the mecca of boxing was now just a stone's throw away.
Returning to the garden tonight is a dream come true. I have the opportunity to perform in front of my family and friends.
Yes, there is nothing like a dream to create the future. And so tonight, in a heavyweight championship fight from Madison Square Garden in New York City, HBO Sports presents The Homecoming as Riddick Bowe defends his WBA and IBF titles against Michael Dokes.
Combinations by Michael Spinks. He's got it brave, Barry. And Ray Leonard do it.
6 years have passed since New York last hosted a heavyweight championship fight. Tonight, the electricity in Times Square parallels that of another landmark just 8 blocks south. 22 years ago, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier staged one of the greatest spectacles ever held at any of the 4 Madison Square Garden buildings. While tonight's matchup pales in comparison, the gross receipts have already surpassed those of any event ever held in any of New York's Madison Square Gardens. And so tonight, live from New York, HBO Sports presents the first title defense for WBA and IBF heavyweight champion Riddick Bowe against former champion Michael Dokes.
We made very legitimate offers, and Lennox Lewis and his people decided to sidestep the opportunity to fight Riddick in exchange for stepping into a garbage can and picking up a belt that was worthy of only the garbage can.
What I'm trying to say is that I have no interest in the WBC belt.
But without the third belt, does that mean that Riddick Bowe is still the undisputed heavyweight champion in the eyes of the public?
As Riddick more eloquently put it than me, he beat the man that beat the man that beat the man, and unquestionably
That makes me the man. Anybody else claiming to be the heavyweight champion in the world is bogus, a paper champion. You have to beat me in order to call yourself the champion.
Still adjusting to the chaos of their new celebrity, this team plans to hang around for a while. And for all the doubting Thomases who said they'd never get here, a philosophy which is simple and unarguable.
Just keep them winning, and they'll have to get on board.
Success is the best revenge.
And our best revenge is to bring you back here live to Madison Square Garden. We're coming up very shortly, the live heavyweight championship fight. Riddick Bowe defending his 2 championship belts, courtesy of the IBF and the WBA, against one-time WBA World Heavyweight Champion Michael Dokes. He won it on a first-round knockout of Mike Weaver 11 years ago. In the past, and in an unexpected circumstance, Michael Dokes now attempts to join the illustrious list of those to have lost and then regained heavyweight championships in their careers.
You could say that Michael Dokes is fortunate to be in this unfortunate situation. He can make nearly $1 million depending on the final purse count here.
Well, if you were being generous, you would say that he has treated it philosophically. The cynic might say that he has treated it casually.
What's worrying to a lot of the media is that he didn't train hardly at all over the last 5 or 6 days. He says that he was stale. He wanted to get the bounce back in his legs. We have to wonder whether he is whistling and praying in the dark.
He came to New York about a week ago after having trained at the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas, sparred for 4 rounds in a gym on Monday, and then said, okay, that's it. Went out and had a big meal of linguine and scampi, a meal he repeated several times here in New York, and never went back to the gym again. The record for Michael Dokes, 55 times in the professional prize ring, 50 wins. The losses to Coetzee, Holyfield, and Riddick, 2 draws. He has had 32 knockouts himself. Punching power was never his strong suit. His biggest asset at his peak was hand speed. And now to face the 244-pound Michael Dokes, here with his 2 championship belts preceding him, comes 243-pound Riddick Bowe. Again, we mentioned quite unusual in this day and age for a heavyweight champion to be defending the title less than 3 months after having won it. Of course, there was talk for a while of a fight on Super Bowl Sunday to take place at halftime of the Super Bowl game. Eventually, he opted for a long-term deal with HBO, and this is the first step along that road.
He really seems to be an anomaly as a fighter. Usually aggressive fighters have aggressive personalities outside the ring. But he's a sweetheart outside the ring.
And now Riddick Bowe enters the arena where he can be seen by the thousands and thousands of ticket holders who seem, at least, to have bought tickets to this fight largely on the basis of Bowe's personal charm. Call it his charisma, his magnetism. I believe at this moment it exceeds even what was expected by his manager and biggest supporter, Rock Newman.
And also there's a kind of mass nostalgia going on in New York, wanting to will a heavyweight championship fight back into the present when it was so much a part of the city's past.
Bowe and his manager Newman even agreed, when ticket sales greatly exceeded expectations, to cut Michael Dokes in for more money than his original guarantee of $750,000. And George Foreman, that is unusual to say the least.
Never seen before, not in this business.
And a credit to Rock Newman for doing that when he didn't have to.
And there's the record for Riddick Bowe, 32 wins, 27 knockouts. Of course, he did not get a knockout in the epic 12-round battle in which he won the championship via unanimous decision from Evander Holyfield on November 13. And of course, the familiar figure of 81-year-old Eddie Futch in the ring with Bowe. Less than 2 weeks ago, he was hospitalized for what was regarded by his doctors as a serious coronary incident. His cardiologist originally asked him not to come here tonight, and Futch said, nope, this is my man. This is his first defense, Doc. You and I are going to have to work out a way for me to be there.
And Eddie, I think, appreciates that Bowe could be a little nervous, try a little too hard in his first defense, and that's why he has stressed it so much. Eddie Futch, who is in Joe Frazier's corner on that memorable night when he fought Muhammad Ali 22 years ago.
All right, let's look at the tail of the tape. We've already told you about the waistlines of the two dirigibles. There's a 9-year age difference in Bowe's favor. He also has a couple of inches in height and 3 or 4 inches in reach as part of his physical advantages going into the ring tonight against Michael Dokes. Punch that numbers, Larry.
8 pounds more, incidentally, for Bowe than in his championship fight. But he says, I'm in good enough shape to beat Dokes. And here are some of our punch numbers. We can see how accurate Riddick Bowe is, landing 50% of his punches. But Michael Dokes used to land a very high percentage. He doesn't anymore. There we can see how many jabs Bowe throws. That's a lot of jabs. Michael Dokes doesn't use the jab hardly at all.
Rules, Harold Letterman.
Riddick Bowe and Michael Dokes will fight tonight using a combination of rules of the International Boxing Federation and the New York State Athletic Commission. 12 rounds, and for the first time in the heavyweight championship, the standing 8 count is in effect. No 3 knockdown rule. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round. The doctor or the referee can stop the fight. And Jim, if a butt occurs and the fight doesn't go 6 rounds, it's a technical draw. After that, we go to the scorecards.
First time ever that the standing 8 count has been in effect for a heavyweight championship fight. All right, thank you very much, Harold Letterman. Right now, let's go up to ring announcer Ed Darien for the pre-fight introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I would like to ask the fans here at Madison Square Garden to kindly rise. We received a sad note just minutes ago, the passing of a great legend, a legend in the tennis world. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the passing of the late, great Arthur Ashe. At this time, our timekeeper to bell, Cecilio Tito Pedraja, will have the final 10 count for the late, great Arthur Ashe. Thank you. We're live here in the Big Apple, Madison Square Garden, the world's most famous arena, as Spencer Promotions, Madison Square Garden Boxing, and Main Events Monitor, in association with Caesarsburg, proudly present the homecoming, the heavyweight championship of the world, and is approved by the New York State Athletic Commission, the Honorable Randy Gordon, Chairman, Rose Trentman, and Herb Washington, Commissioners, is sanctioned by the IBF, the Honorable Robert W. Lee, President, Ms. Mariam Muhammad, the supervisor in charge at ringside, is also sanctioned by the WBA, Gilberto Mendoza, its president, the Honorable James J. Binns, the supervisor in charge in attendance at ringside. The chief physician in attendance at ringside this evening is Dr. Barry Jordan, along with his 2 fine colleagues, Dr. Billy Lathan and Dr. Rufus Sadler. The timekeeper to bell is Cecilio Tito Pedraja. Counting for the knockdowns is Wayne Kelly. The judges, Don Ackerman from Oneida, New York, Sheila Martin from Norfolk, Virginia, and Luis Rivera from New York City. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 12-round title bout and refereeing his 51st World Championship bout, referee Joe Santarpia. And now, my good friends, introducing the principals. First, in the blue corner, wearing the red trunks with the white trim, he tipped in at an even 244 pounds. Professionally, he has 50 wins, 3 losses, 2 draws, with 32 knockouts. He is ranked currently number 8 by the WBA and number 11 by the IBF. All the way from Las Vegas, Nevada, the former WBA heavyweight champion of the world, Michael Dynamite Dokes. And his opponent in the red corner, wearing the white trunks with the red trim. He weighed in at an even 243 pounds. This young man is undefeated in 32 pro bouts with 27 knockouts. He is the IBF and WBA heavyweight champion of the world from Brooklyn, New York, Here he is, Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. Bowe.
What I'm talking about?
Gentlemen, how about playing the ring here, please?
Hey, Bill, get over here.
Gentlemen, you're boxing for the heavyweight championship of the world. You both know the rules. Are there any questions at this time? I want a good, clean fight, and I want you to protect yourself at all times. Shake hands now, and God bless you both.
We've seen Dokes a number of times, guys, in which he goes out and shoots his bolt early and sees if he can intimidate or put off his opponent. I'm sure that Riddick Bowe is ready for that. He wasn't ready when Evander Holyfield came straight at him in the first round. He knows what Dokes likes to do.
On the other hand, George Foreman, Dokes appears to have worked up a nice sweat warming up in the locker room, and Riddick Bowe is bone dry in the upper body.
Michael Dokes is doing the street thing, too. He's sitting watching this guy staring at him, playing little major mind tricks that may be effective to get him past the second round.
The crowd a little bit quieter than we might have expected at the beginning of the fight. I would attribute that to the surprise announcement regarding the death of Arthur Ashe. Round one begins with Bowe throwing the jab. And many people regard that as most effective weapon. Some say it's the right uppercut. Others would vote for the jab.
Strange with Riddick Bowe. He throws a good, effective left jab, but he's almost jumping backwards as though he doesn't want to put a lot of power on it.
Dokes slapping with the left, landing 3 left hooks to the side of Bowe's face. Bowe sticking the jab and landing virtually all of them early against Michael Dokes. Dokes has upper body movement, but not head movement, George. He's a stationary target.
Yeah, he's dependent strictly on his quick hand, not his quick head or quick feet. And Riddick Bowe can really take advantage of that. And Riddick Bowe has given this old pro too much time to stand around and think.
Now Bowe snapping Dokes' head back again with the jab. Tries to land the right hand and lands a short right inside. Dokes is stunned. And Bowe makes a left hook.
Bowe is stunned by left hook.
That's right. Riddick missing with the big right hand. And down goes Dokes into the ropes. Well, I don't think Dokes went all the way down, but the referee wants to give him what will amount to the first standing 8 count.
That was a very, very fast call.
It was Dokes who decided to go out there and fight early like that, though. Wasn't Bowe's idea.
Short left hand inside by Bowe. More than a minute to go in the round. Plenty of time for Bowe to close it out. If he can keep Dokes in trouble. Dokes lands another left hook, but takes a right in return. Dokes virtually out on his feet. He got a good chance
I'm
for a
surprised the
first-round
referee
knockout.
is allowing it to go that far.
Is he going to stop it? Yes,
right.
he does. With 41 seconds still to go in the round, and now Michael Dokes is furious. And Dokes' advisors jump into the ring and begin to state their case, and it was a pretty quick stoppage, even though you say you're surprised, George.
I'm surprised that he didn't stop it a little earlier. The guy was taking too much punishment. There wasn't a chance he was going to get a knockout out of it to pay him back. No way. He should.
But he had landed the 2 solid left hooks in return.
He was in no shape to continue in that round. This guy came out for a first-round knockout. He was accurate. He was going to get it.
Well, my own personal opinion is that he was in no shape to come into the ring in the first place. Larry?
Well, it's a heavyweight championship fight. The crowd is very, very upset. This is not going to win Bowe a lot of friends, even though everybody was expecting, as we call it, that this is or was a setup. You can't quarrel with the referee. Remember that when Michael Dokes won the title, it was also on a quick stoppage in about a minute of one round, in which everybody thought that was too fast.
That's a setup. Oh, that's ridiculous.
But you can't. The referee gave him every chance. He gave him 1 standing 8 count. He even avoided giving him the second 8 count. So the referee was more than generous.
Take the gloves off.
Well, we'll take another look at Dokes getting hurt early. Now remember, referee Joe Santarpia is the man watching this at close range.
Bowe was hitting Dokes with jabs, straight jabs, hurting him. Dokes, as I said earlier, was going to try to make something happen. That big right hand wobbled him, shook him up, and that's what started it. But he was there to be hit. For a long-armed fighter, the champion is very good at close quarters.
This night he looked indestructible. I mean, it was like the champion of the world that he is.
All right, there's Santarpia stopping the bout. Now, previously, you had seen the sequence in which Dokes reeled into the ropes, appeared headed down to the canvas. Santarpia stepped in and stopped the action, and Dokes never actually went down.
Well, Dokes spent the week sleeping, and he continued sleeping right here in this fight.
The referee was more than generous. He allowed him the chance to recuperate, not giving the 8 count again. So it was a fair fight. He won. He really won fair and square.
But of course, there are going to be some fans, George, who'll say, hey, wait a minute. We never saw him hit the canvas. How could the fight have been stopped in 2 minutes, 20 seconds?
Yeah, I mean, and those fans are strictly the ones who don't understand boxing. This guy is so big and powerful.
All right, let's go up to ring announcer Ed Darien for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Santarpia stops this bout at 2 minutes and 18 seconds of the first round, and a winner by a TKO, and still the heavyweight champion of the world, Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. Bowe.
Well, the questions are now going to come, who comes next? And as Jim mentioned earlier, Ray Mercer, who was supposed to be next for Riddick Bowe, and might have also gone in about 2 minutes and 40 seconds or 20 seconds, is no longer in the picture. And we'll be talking to everybody about what Riddick Bowe's plans are next. Some people are guessing Evander Holyfield.
Championship belts over his shoulder. And in a moment, we will expect that Riddick will come down to ringside where we'll get a chance to talk to him. I guess Dokes is probably going to have plenty to say about this as well.
Billy Crystal is in the building. He wants a fight.
George Foreman, one more time, just state clearly the case for why this was a good stoppage despite the fact that Michael Dokes had not hit the canvas.
Dokes went in to start a fight too quick. He started getting hurt earlier. The referee gave him 1 standing 8 count. He should have done it twice, but he gave him a chance to recuperate. It didn't pay off.
Huh?
You get right here.
The champion now standing on the ring apron, showing off the belt. The attendance was 16,332. Congratulations. Did you have a feeling coming into the fight that you were going to be able to get something done quite this quickly?
Oh, yes, definitely. You remember I told you guys yesterday, I wasn't playing with this guy. I was coming in to bang him, and I knew he would be there.
I guess that this tells us that 243 pounds, at least in this circumstance, was no problem whatsoever.
Oh, not at all. And I would like to thank Mike Tyson for the words of wisdom he gave me, and I'm going to take him on his advice, and I thank you, Mike.
Mike Tyson, who made a derisive comment about your weight and said that you were, quote, obese. Now, you dedicated your victory over Holyfield to Mike Tyson. Are you now upset at Mike for having said what he said?
Oh, not at all. I think what he said had a lot of truth to it, and I owe it to the American people and the public to stay in great shape, and that's what I'll do.
So you're saying that with a totally straight face. Are you disappointed that Michael Dokes is going to be seen by a lot of people not to have been in any shape whatsoever to be here tonight?
Oh, not at all. You got to look at it like this in this aspect. I train hard. When these guys step into the ring, they're supposed to be in great shape, and, you know, what can I say? If he wasn't, that's his fault.
All right, you were connecting early with the jab. You hit him with a short right hand inside and then a short left hook inside. From that point on, it seemed to be only a matter of time. Was there any one punch you were looking to try to take him out with?
I think I got a little over anxious, and I wanted to load it with the right hand. But other than that, things went pretty much as I anticipated.
One thing that didn't go as you anticipated is the earlier bout this evening between Ray Mercer and Jesse Ferguson. Now, there had been an expectation that you were going to fight Mercer in May, and Mercer got taken to a clinic tonight by a superior boxing job on the part of Jesse Ferguson.
Well, that was a dumb move by Mercer. We told him earlier to take another fight, and that Jesse Ferguson might prove to be very difficult. And again, Jesse came in, he was ready to fight, and that's the difference. Jesse Ferguson was determined. I don't think Ray Mercer was in great shape, and so he was able to pull out a decision.
Well, this changes the schedule for Riddick Bowe, and some people are speculating that it moves Holyfield up in the rotation toward a rematch. What's your thought about that?
Well, let me say this. I think Holyfield is a great guy, and I think a guy like Evander would always bring the best out of me, so I would welcome that fight.
Riddick, congratulations again. All right.
Hi, Mom.
Eddie Futch, he took care of your heart tonight. Absolutely no anxious moments, right?
No anxious moments. And I didn't have to climb those stairs but once.
All right. Hey, Riddick, come back. One question. Since you tossed the WBC championship belt into a garbage can on December 14, it appears to have become the plan for you and your manager, Rock Newman, to freeze out the World Boxing Council and try to eliminate them from the picture as a meaningful governing body in boxing. Now, does that mean that as long as that man, Lennox Lewis, sees himself as the WBC champion and tries to do business with that belt, that there's a chance that you would never bring him into the ring to defend your titles against him?
Not maybe. There's no chance whatsoever. As long as he recognizes WBC, we can't fight.
So if Lennox Lewis chooses to remain the WBC world champion and successfully defends that belt, then you are never going to go in the ring with him.
That is correct. I'm the world heavyweight champion of the world. And if he wants to be a bogus champion and a top cat, then that's on him. I think the American people and everybody here know who the real champion is.
Well, but what about the people who are going to want to see that fight just because they think of him as your primary opposition?
Well, it's unfortunate that Lennox is holding on to that belt. If he really feels like he can beat me and wants to be a real champion, then he needs to renounce the WBC, come on and take these two belts.
So what you're really gambling on is that you can create the leverage necessary to make him renounce the WBC belt as a condition for coming to fight you.
Well, I think the WBC is an unfair organization. As I told you the other day, that Don King will dictate to Lennox Lewis now, and it's already started. Everybody that Lennox Lewis has to fight in the WBC are Don King fighters.
So you're at war with the WBC and Don King.
There's one champion.
And if Lennox Lewis happens to go the distance, he will not win. Simple as that.
Against?
Anybody in the WBC.
Including Tony Tucker.
That's right.
So you're saying if Tony Tucker goes 12 rounds with Lennox Lewis, he'll become the champion of the WBC.
I'm going to tell you something. If Lennox Lewis hits him on the chin, they might call it a low blow.
Rock Newman, the manager of Riddick Bowe and the chief business maker in the division right now. Ray Mercer took a bad turn tonight against Jesse Ferguson. What does that mean for your May fight prospects?
That means that Riddick won't be fighting Mercer in May, I don't think. I've already gotten a call here at the stadium tonight from MC Hammer representing Evander Holyfield. There's Tommy Morrison out there. There's Big George Foreman. We'll see what happens. We had a press conference scheduled for Monday. At least we'll be going home a day early now.
Are you confident the public will stick with you if you refuse to fight Lennox Lewis for a long time because of his decision to remain the WBC champ?
Well, you must get something right first. We offered Lennox the opportunity to fight Riddick.
Never said you didn't.
He is the one who declined that. So the question is, why is he acting in a cowardly way? We gave him the offer. If he and his people are confident that he could beat Riddick Big Daddy Bowe, he should have accepted the offer. He's the one that is running. He ran and hid behind the WBC and that garbage can belt.
Didn't answer my question. Are you confident the public will stick with you if you take this course of action?
This guy is a rising star that the public has fallen in love with. You see this full house here tonight. They will stay with him. They know there is one champion in the heavyweight division, and that is Riddick Big Daddy Bowe.
Thank you, Rock. Thank you, Riddick. Thank you, Eddie. Let's go to Larry Merchant in the ring.
All right, Joe, would you tell us how you saw what was happening in the ring?
Well, at the beginning of the round, you saw the fight come out right away that Bowe took the fight to Dokes, and he hit him a couple of times. He put him in the ropes there, and the only thing that held him up was the ropes, but it was scored as a knockdown. That was scored as a knockdown when I gave him the 8 count.
So you thought that he would have been knocked down except for the ropes?
The ropes saved him. He was hurt then. He stopped waddling across the ring, got in the corner over here, and he must have got hit with about 20 punches before I decided to jump in. He was hurt, definitely hurt, and my job is to make sure that the fellas don't get hurt.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Jim?
All right, thank you.
All right, Michael, give us your side of the story. How aware were you really able to fight back in your judgment?
Well, I know you've been sort of a asked to people before, but you can't look me in my eye and honestly tell me that you thought I was incoherent or incompetent to continue that fight. Look me in my eye.
I'm looking in your eye. I think the fight could have gone on, but
exactly. That's the bottom line.
But at the same time, the referee felt that you were wobbled and that you had taken a lot of unanswered punches. And one other thing, Michael. You won the title in 1 minute on a fight that a lot of other people thought was a fast stoppage. It's part of the game, isn't it?
And they made it mandatory that they had to return match, too.
Regardless if it's a fair game or not, I had to defend my title again against Mike Weaver on that 63 title defense, 63 second title defense, which was tainted from that point on. You know what I'm saying? If they want to serve me purpose, my purpose is correct. Give me another defense. I'm looking at the ref. I'm looking at Riddick Bowe. Sure, he might have thrown a couple.
Did you feel in the first knockdown?
He didn't knock me down.
Well, I wanted to ask you that. Did the ropes hold you up? He ruled that the ropes.
Hey, if I hit you on the chin, I don't care if ropes are there, or steel beam is there, or you wedged in by nails. Your legs is gonna leave you. Regardless of the rope, my legs would leave me.
The man went into the ropes.
I'm wondering what the referee is talking about. What is he specifically pointing out to me, or to you, or to anybody else?
Do you think that he is anticipating, because there's a big young champion against an older challenger, that in anticipation of what might happen, that he stopped it?
Anticipation of what? Ain't nothing.
No. What he's talking about, Mike, is the fight that they already had plans that they had made.
Talking about with Mercer? What are you talking about? In terms of Mercer, or are you talking about the thing that may have happened to me? At least let me go on one knee.
We're fighting for the heavyweight championship of the world, Larry.
All right, thank you, Michael. We've got your side of the story. We appreciate it. All right, Jim.